Nintendo has announced another Nintendo World Championship. Let's go! Hello, everybody. I'd like to introduce Buttercup. This is the newest member of the crew. She's my doggie. Yes, her name is Buttercup. She's a Yorkie Chihuahua mix. If any of you were interested, or maybe you're not, maybe you just came here for the video games. That's okay too. But I figure I'd give you something pretty to look at while I talked. So, Nintendo announced another Nintendo World Championships, which, if you're not familiar with it, it's basically supposed to be a championship of all things Nintendo. You show up at a Best Buy and you play a game, and then hopefully you qualify, and then you go on stage if you do, and you play against a bunch of other people who did really well in the qualifier. And if you win, you get some really cool prize. Like last time, it was a signed 3DS from Shigeru Miyamoto and a trophy and stuff like that. And that happened during E3 of 2015. So it's been a little while. Actually, one of TBC's first episodes, I think actually it was our very first episode, was talking about this. This one's a little bit different. Obviously, it's not happening during E3 because that already happened. And also, it's really kind of sad that they call it World Championships, but all of the qualifying events happen in the US. There's, I believe, 8 of them, and they're spread out pretty well throughout the US, but you're only eligible if you are from the US or Canada. So if you're a Canadian, you have to travel to the US just to compete. And if you're from another country, then sorry. Which is, kind of a misnomer calling it Nintendo World Championships. They need to get rid of that name if they're going to do it this way. It's kind of sad. The qualifying game is also really interesting. Mario Kart 7. Now, in the last Nintendo World Championship, one of the final games was Mario Kart 8. So are they using Mario Kart 7 just because that's the definitive version? They're not even using Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the Switch version, the most updated version for it. It's kind of an interesting pick. It's also interesting because in 2015, the Best Buy qualifier was Ultimate NES Remix, which that sounds like, you have to be, got to know your retro stuff. You got to be good at several different genres. That's great. This one is just racing games. So people who are good at racing games are going to qualify. I don't know. I know it's kind of got to be tough picking out a game that works well, but I don't know if this one was the best pick. In 2015, when they got on stage, and I can't remember how many people there were, like 16, something like that. The games that they had to play to narrow it down to the finals were Splatoon, the original Legend of Zelda, Metroid Blast Ball, which we didn't even know was Metroid at that time, Super Metroid, Mario Kart 8, Balloon Fight, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, and then once it had been narrowed down to 2, they played Mario Maker, some levels that were invented from the Treehouse, I believe. And I think that was pretty good, pretty balanced. This year, we don't know exactly what the games are going to be, but I think we have a clue, first of all, from what's been popular from Nintendo already, and second, on the page that says all the rules and stuff like that on Nintendo's website. On the sides, we see Mario characters. I'm guessing that Mario Odyssey is going to be one of the games, maybe even Mario Maker again, but probably Mario Odyssey. Splatoon 2, there's several inklings there. They're going to be playing Splatoon 2. ARMS, there was Springman on the side, so they got to have ARMS. And then I'm guessing that they're probably going to have Breath of the Wild, and then maybe even Pokken Tournament DX is going to be there as well. So we don't know too much at this point, but how is it going to turn out? We don't know, obviously, until October is when the final happens. Am I excited for it? I'm not going to be able to compete in it, but it looks really cool. Hope for the best for those of you who are. Go out and do your best. Hopefully it turns out well for you. Hopefully you're good at Mario Kart 7, because that's how you're going to get into the finals. So we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up down below for Buttercup. You want to say goodbye? You want to say signing out? You say signing out? Signing out.